Привіт, дружочок. Вчора ми з тобою записували Балdur, коли чомусь ОБС-ка не підтягнули звук, тож доведеться сьогодні перебити Абсолют ще разочок. Так, сподіваюся, що сьогодні доб'ємо її. Це що? Це не потрібно. Нам потрібно це тобі дати. У нас є отут, так? Що нам потрібно? Так, давайте Карлак. Перший жмакну. Тризубчик свій. Так. Лей'зелька. Другий жмакну свій мечик. І, мабуть, що нам треба лук підлазити, тому що будемо бити здалеку. Далі. Тінесерда дасть всім світі. В тебе що є? Мабуть, що нам не потрібен джин, нам краще взяти. Я головочка, щоб він нас підіймав. Зілля янгольської тримоти. Оте. Все, тінюха прокидається і йдемо на флайт. Ну, поїхав бити Абсолют. Не готовий. Налаштуватися так. Щось налаштовую. Показувати субтитри все. Дуже сподіваюся, що сьогодні ми швидше його заб'ємо. Насправді дуже прикро, що вчора звук не записав.
The site of power, the site of domination.
We need to use the netherstones on the crown. That is our fated path.
прилетіла злодюшка. А міг би з нами битися. Насправді треба буде ще один раз пройти за мабуть тему жагу.
That's the person from my dreams.
І вибрати його.
I know you. I know everything about you. Your thoughts, your feelings, your weaknesses. And so do they.
That's the crown. Time to cast the spell again.
Так, що робимо?
Time it has to work.
Його телепорту нема. Ну, прикольно. Мабуть, все ж таки Джин був би прикольніше через телепорт. Так, ну що, план такий. Всю банду закидаємо сюди. Біжимо. Орфійський тут ставить свою цю купол, який дає нам дію. Поки він відкриває, ми б'ємося. Ну якось так. На дракона пофіг, якщо чесно. Ой, як він мало ходить. Блін, тільки не закривай на прохід, будь ласка. Ой, ти мені дуже не подобаєшся, якщо чесно. Мені здається, цей срадий комбіньйон нам все закрив.
Ready for another round?
Так. Ну, їй точно спіди потрібні якісь. Є в нас спіди. Є одна зілля швидкості. До речі, я не знаю, чи в мене в цій грі зілля швидкості взагалі ніде не було.
Over there.
Так, ти спочатку біжиш на нормальну позицію, а потім вилізти.
My little trick.
О, вона може бути в упорі, я розуміюся.
I'm not gonna like this, mate.
А я шал не прижав, чи прижав шал? Ще. Блін. Так, перший пішов. Що? Вона може кинути елітіда? Серйозно? Ні, серйозно, вона може кидатися елітідом? Сонечко, а можеш його... Ну, тут... Я навіть не знав, що вона може кинути елітіду. Здохла? Охренеть, Карлак за один крок під спідами може пройти повністю весь шлях. Охренеть. Так, супер. Ніфіга собі воно бігає. Так, а давайте станемо отак, щоб якщо що, то дракончик по нам гепнув, або цей по нам гепнув. Будемо використовувати цей щиточок. Так, ставимо. Ну тепер моя мрія кинути оцю тварюку в цю тварюку. Блін, як же вона класно пробігла просто. І ще й двох зачистила. Єдина проблема в нас є дракон. І це не дуже добра штука, але... Так. Що дати тобі стрибки на 10 кроків? Це нам знадобиться потім. Чорна діра, да? Проблемка в драконі. Ой, я ці сама, я не можу ходити на всіх хід. Шкода. Ой-ой-ой, я бахнув вам. Чого? Так, ну тоді летимо сюди, а потім будемо битися. Можеш ще щось зробити? Давай будемо ще маленькі. Все. Себе тоді що? Так, ну що, малий, ти будеш байтити на себе дракона? Це не добре. Так, перший хід ми взагалі без демеджу, бачиш? Ну окей. Що? Ну давай мені близько. О, цієї не можемо. Клас. Ідеально дошмаляли. З одного боку погано, що в мене не несли демеджу, а з іншого боку класно, що в мене двоє тут. Мені дуже потрібно Тінесерду на їх нахилити. тут і все. Плюс там ХГшечка. І звідси ми нормально можемо слідувати. Нормально, як
Імператор.
Ні, треба було джин лише. З одного боку прикольно, що Янгол може підняти, а з іншого боку... От дуже хочеться цього пацанчика взяти, або в нього кинути, або туди. Так, а де там дракон? Полетить засранець. Цячок. Ба-ба-ба-ба-ба, скільки він одну кинув? Нормально. Дуже нормально.
My time.
Блін, лизи вирубають.
You will not take me.
Not bad.
I will ascend.
Що, може дати тобі кровосісю? А чо? А, ну можеш бути, окей.
Does it?
Звідки порог? Арта готова? Вогонь. Не возьму.
Survival is all that matters.
Закляття не треба бігти, ти можеш? Так, де Лей'зель? Ви трошки підхиляли, нормально. Коротше, фіг з ним, з
Bleed for me.
Янгом.
On my way.
А Карлак теж, да, не може ходити? Чому?
Small blood.
А, не може. А, і мій може ходити.
Should be started.
І що, це весь хід? То я подумаю, я можу.
Surrender. You have already.
Ой, нормально, добре. Карлак має так і не походив. Я не розумію, чому вони входять, а на мої усі всі бафи постійно щось накидається. Ага, вона ще в імператора дала. Ну, нормально творю.
This is your end.
Тільки вона не може нікуди ходити.
Hurry! Get to the brain and cast the spell to compel it to submit. I'll cover you. Corporus!
Блін, ну як я це ненавиджу? Вони просто контрять все, що я хочу зробити. Ціль задалеко. Ну, як вона відсутня? Як? Чому вона відсутня? Може ви колись пофіксите свою всрату камерку, ні?
Take you.
Ну, я на 250% впевнений, що він її не штовхнув. Там 4 хп, ні, не будемо ризикувати.
You made a grave mistake. Light on my feet.
Я не розумію, чому він Карлак тут ходить.
Forever, pal.
О, чому? Охренеть, вона дає в спел, ходить, штовхає, повернув. Блін, я хочу побігти. Оце от бісить насправді. Те, що тут є супер імбалансні спели, які треба накидувати. І все. Ну, блін. У мене Карлак теж походити, хоча б ще один раз. А чому на 10 хотів, скажіть мені, будь ласка?
Time to strike.
це добивати. Що?
Taking position.
Задалеко. Треба було реально Джину брати, це взагалі ніяко. Ще точку ще, окей. Дуже небезпечно. Я не сподіваюся, що... Ясно. Не штовхне Лей'зель, взагалі нікого не штовхне. Але це мій ідеал такий. Блять, ну на ньому 2 бафи стоїть. І вона все одно проходить і пробиває. Задовбався реально, те що у ворогів, ну, ні, в цій гри буде відпочивати місяць. Ну, дуже задротська штука, насправді. У твоїх ворогів все проходить, в тебе не проходить ніфіга. Або робити якісь супер зламані плоди, юзати 144 зілля, ну типу... Ну от як вони його повели? Ну, блять, ну як? Моя 3 години ходить, вона за один хід ламає пів моєї команди. Ну сука, ну як можна настільки всрату зробити бойову систему? Що ти 90 хвилин просто чекаєш, щоб походити. Оце його взагалі не кошмар. Ну, правда, половина спелів просто в грі не працює нахуй. Так а там і не повинно бути шляху, да? В цьому і прикол. Це хід, да, твій? Ні, дивно. Ти можеш стати сюди?
That's it.
Execute.
Help underway.
Не витрачати 20 ходів на те, щоб він походив. А, і він не може корону, так? Чи ні? Блін, ми так класно стоїмо біля дракона, просто це... Так, у нас є стріла проти дракона, щоб 8 нанести на його. О, є ще зілля швидкості в тому. Так, давай. Обожнюю цього, якщо чесно.
Should have made me your enemy.
От скільки то наніс, і все, да, я тепер стою, не можу. У дракона протидія комушинної штуки. У елітідів дебафу немає повністю. Обожнюю цю гру просто. Блін, ця проблема в тому, що мені треба драконом кимось атакувати, не Карлак, тому що він перемогли розгріб. Нам дуже класно його задобожив.
Concentrate.
Це Карлак, що? Просто охренеть можна, скільки він наносить. Нагадую, Карлак у мене майстер підків, і вона варвар з тризубцем, який ще й наносить шкоду кислотою чи токсином, щось таке. Чи тут. А 3 стріли проти драконів – 0. Як же це свято зроблено, правда? Я вже так втомився, в тебе 90% влучання, а 4. Він наносить 58, я йому 9. Уже весело.
The brain is weakened. This is our
Давай швидше закінчимо і все.
chance.
Even bound, its will is stronger than anything you've ever felt. The chains shake, threatening to break at any moment.
It's vulnerable, but not defeated. Use the portal. We will bring it down together.
Absolute freedom!
Its will is weakening. The brain is almost defeated.
Ні, мені треба оце. А що ще ти можеш? От тоді. Давай, хіль всіх нас. Не побіг.
Its will is weakening. We have the upper hand. Time to end this.
Ми атакувати ми не можемо. Ми просто перемістилися і заюзали хілочку. І все.
This is it. Its will is weakening.
Нагадую, в тебе є стріла проти покручу. Окей, в тебе її нема. В тебе вона є. Лиш покруч. Покруч. Сука, яка завада? Нормально, 4.
Another step forward.
Прикольно, що я знову на нього нічого не зміг накинути зі своїх спелів, він на мене накинув все. Ні, я правда, я в ахуї, як працює ця гра. Дивіться, скільки у дракона протидії. Просто протидія все. 0 кислотної шкоди, не зазнає шкоди. Вообще нічого ніколи не працює.
Now this is my happy place.
А тепер покажу найголовніший прикол.
Its will is weakening.
Як можна максимально сраду зробити гру. Вона не може кидати в розум. Тому що долбойоби, які робили рівні, в них не вистачило розуму зробити адаптивну камеру і зробити так, щоб це працювало. От що сказати. От люди не вміють налаштовувати колізію. Господи, це просто пиздець. За 5 патчів вони не змогли пофіксити нормально працюючу камеру, зробити хітпойнти у цілий. І так, щоб ти або стріляв, дивіться, стріли проходять, а китки – ні. Ну як можна настільки всрато це зробити, скажіть мені?
No surrender.
критично важлива штука. Я хочу походити, я не можу походити, тому що гра мені каже, ну вибач, у нас не вистачило розуму, щоб хтось буде підняти. Вона ще отримує шкоду. Господи, ну це просто капець. Я не можу походити так, як я хочу, тому що мені гра не дозволяє через свою зламану камеру. Пиздец. І тепер половина моїх розлітиться. Все, походили. Один раз тицнули на 10, походили. Це ж теж, да, розлітається? Не можемо ходити. Не можемо. Хоч це є. Щось пройшло. Треба звідси вивезти. Паладін 12-го рівня. 88%. Тепер всі мої тут впадуть, тому що вона тільки що накинула сюди спел. Ну, блядь, ну як можна бути таким? Ну це просто піздець. Я націлився на розум. Ну, я не знаю, як можна настільки срато зробити цю гру. Чи може бути щось більше срато, ніж такі баги? І в мене всі 3 впали. Блять, ну це просто піздець. Ні, я правда, я настільки вахую, як зроблена ця гра. З такою кількістю рандомних моментів, які просто, блять, її псують. Просто через те, що ти постійно повинен думати, впаде, подіє це, не подіє. Тут прибрати відсотків 50 оцих задротських механік, і буде прекрасна. Ну, вона і так прекрасна.
Defeated.
Ну просто ну, є реально речі, які тут абсолютно ці всі 88%. Як може бути промах при 88%? Ну хоч якийсь демедж, ну як можна промахнутися мечем от в таку херню, от скажіть мені, будь ласка. Те, що він там наносить трошки менше демеджу, окей, ну 0, ну це просто пиздець. І що половина спелів не працює.
Its will is weakening. We have the upper hand. Time to end this.
Давайте спробуємо зверху. А чого? Що не так? Сюди не можна, сюди можна. Сюди не можна, сюди можна.
Here goes nothing. This is it. Its will is weakening.
Стріл в тебе нема, да? Там я нагадую, що десь токсин повинен бути на зброю, якого чомусь вже нема. Ну, хоч закидував.
Need to find a way forward.
Ну, якби в мене ще й Карлак нормально покидали з цієї точки, то ми б її закидали за один, за два хвилини. Ну... Як можна зробити нормальну камеру?
My will is yield, surrender. Subjugate.
Its will is weakening. The nether brain's ours.
А чого? От просто цікаво, а чого на стрілу є, а на китки нема?
Won't last much longer like this.
Ну от я зараз міг походити ще нема китка.
It's time.
Просто, ну реально, грати від магії, мені здається, це не прикольно, тому що це супер імбалансна штука і так, в принципі. Але гра спонукає тебе грати магію і юзати спели, які наносять більше, ніж фізичний урон. Тобто в чому прикол? Якщо я хочу відіграти... Ну, якщо ви створюєте 12 класів, вони повинні працювати. Без мультикласів, без всього. А по факту ні. Це значить, ви долбойоби, які не вміють в баланс. Ну, типу, тоді нафіга вам 12 класів, якщо половина з них useless. Що у нас буде падати? Це у нас буде падати, це у нас буде падати, це. Це поки що не падає.
Let's finish this.
Це падає чи ні? Це
Got to move.
злізано. Так ти в тебе політ активов. Господи боже, блядь. В тебе політ нашого активований. Вибрати спел, активувати спел, натиснути на спел, перелетіти на спел. 4 ходи, щоб зробити одну дію. Що, нема стрілити бути поруч? Треба кудись поставити. Там же не було. Там же не було цієї штуки. Вона навіть не підсвічена була. Я вже мовчу про те, що я хотів полетіти сюди кудись чи сюди кудись. Вона ж не була навіть підсвічена. Що за херня?
Let's end this. Heading there.
Де ти походила, я сподіваюся.
Take two.
Put 'em up.
Просто, який дегенерат це робив? Скажіть мені, чому нема? Типу, ви робите варварів і ви не розраховуєте на те, що так можна кинути? А чому? Це настільки важко прорахувати, що хтось захоче чимось кинути. Це просто піздець.
Eat it.
А, все, це я так походив. Окей.
No! Resist! Impossible! Pain! Fear! Terror! Reconsider! Assess! Surrender!
There. At last. It is subdued.
Spare me!
Ні, нарешті правда.
Join me! Wield me! Become absolute!
And thus, I honor my mother's legacy. The grand design, once again, ended by my line.
The brain is on the cusp of its final thought, and it's taking all of Orpheus's strength to keep it there. An opportunity, perhaps.
My master. I must obey. I must end.
Hopes, nightmares, and the screams of legions upon legions of unborn lipids. The pain rips through you, obliterating all thought, all feeling. Your tadpole burns in your brain. Silence. For the first time in a long time, your thoughts are entirely your own. And then, gravity.
Безжальна ти тварюка, гравітація. Wi-Fi почали роздавати. Ми їм стільки попродавали мечів і всякого, вони бігають там з бітками безбольними. Там у одного Дімона зброєю на півармії. Ні, взагалі дуже класна гра. Якби вони пофіксили цю всрату камеру і колізію об'єктів, що типу, якщо ти стоїш вище, то вона не завжди адекватно відображає те, що стоїть нижче. І трохи менше цих от всратих кубиків під час бою. Воно псує цю гру, коли в тебе 86%, а в тебе 4 промахи поспіль. Дуже багато таких зламаних механік в цій грі. А так, ну просто одна з найкращих ігор ever. Коротше, ще один разок пройдемо і, мабуть, за темну жагу.
Everything you sacrificed.
Хочу собі драконича, не тільки дівчину.
For this.
Драконіха, чи як вона там називається. Але після перерви, так що спочатку Старфілд і субріпунки, а потім вже ще раз Балдурка.
We did it! We actually did it! And the city's still standing.
We did it. The nether brain is dead. I can't feel the tadpole. They must have all died with the brain. That means we can't turn into mind flayers. Not that there's necessarily anything wrong with being a mind flayer, of course.
Even when my time in the prison stretched out like eternity, when escape seemed impossible, I never lost hope. I knew that my destiny was to liberate my people, to return to them triumphant. I was wrong. It seems I can only fulfill one part of my destiny. My people will be liberated, but I cannot return to them. Not like this. You helped me destroy that abomination. Now help me destroy myself. You must kill me.
А шкода, він прикольний був.
But first, Ley'zель, I need your promise. Carry my hope. Carry my burden. Call my dragons, Kulos and Kuthos, and ride to the astral sea. Destroy Vlaakith. Release our people. Be our future and our legacy.
Нам потрібна королева гітьянки.
It will be done. I will never be free while my people are still bound by Vlaakith's chains.
Enough talk. Give me my freedom. Freedom from this form.
Що, може спробувати його не вбивати?
Yes. But for how long? My mind screams. It will never stop until it has slipped away from me entirely. I will not be Gake. I did what I did to save my people. The rest is up to them. Someone else must rise within the ranks to lead the revolution against Vlaakith. Give me my freedom from this form. Release my soul to the astral seas, while I still have one to call my own.
О, давайте спробуємо його витягти.
Perhaps you are right. I may not be the one to lead my people, but I can still bear witness to their glory. I shall find a place for myself in a corner of these realms. For even in darkness, the stars of Tunarath will shine upon me. You were a worthy ally.
Homecomings are never easy. I fear Orpheus will find the Githyanki much changed. And they him.
Kill us!
А чому не можна було його на битву взяти з собою? Дракон проти дракона, було б ж епічно.
I can never forget you. Your name will be etched in our slates. You will be called Mlagir, Liberator. To the skies!
Now there's a sight to see. Not that I'll miss them.
With the Githyanki gone, there's nothing left but the silence of the city, smoldering, waiting to be rebuilt. But it seems that Gale's mind is elsewhere.
The crown. It's somewhere in the Giontha. If I salvage the stones, I can reforge it. And once I have, I'll return it to Mistra. She'll cure me of my affliction. And I'll finally be free. And a more deserving one this time around. If this adventure has taught me anything, is that there are things in this world far more valuable than power. Besides, growing quite fond of this merry band of ours, but I'd quite like to see what happens to it. I'm sure Mistra will summon me soon enough, but until then, I propose we celebrate our victory the mortal way, with a drink in our hands and reckless abandon in our hearts.
A nip, a dance, and a song. Don't mind if I do. I think we're due an evening's reprieve. What's our leader have to say?
Excellent. Let's see if the elf song's still standing. Their Golden Sands brew goes down real easy.
I honestly don't mind what we do once we get to the... Ow! What the... Oh no. Oh
Магія
God.
скінчилася.
Well, it was nice when it lasted. Ah! I'm sorry. I have to go.
I suppose that's the last time any of us will see him. And the last time I'll ever see the sun.
А, Карлак, воно ж... А.
We did it, soldier. The city's going to be all right. And so are you. Engine's finally cooked. Held on just long enough. So, how'd I do? For you. And for the city and for myself and blah blah. But most of all, for you. Careful! Hot! How'd I do? Spectacular! Ah, it's the one thing I can't beat, isn't it? Same below as above. I love you.
Які вони його вчилися.
More than anything, I saw. Oh God! Goodbye, sun. Goodbye, sea. Goodbye.
No, stop. I won't allow this. Kарлak, you're coming with me. Back to Avernus.
We can't let her die.
Not like this. Not now.
You can't.
Блін, ну з одного боку треба втрьох, але з Вілом вічність в пеклі. Ну давайте окей, втрьох.
So, what do you say? Die here now, or live on with people who love you? Azariel won't touch you. I swear it, Kарлak.
All right. All right. We have to go. Now. I can't hang on much longer.
Thank the gods you've seen sense. Come, to Avernus we go. Our next adventure awaits.
Так а що два тіфлінга в пеклі? Це ж рай. Ні, єдиний мінус – це
It's
він.
over.
Він з
And
нами
it's
пішов.
all because of you. You, who were destined to become a thrall. Thanks to you, there will be no Illithid empire, no death god's tyranny. You have earned your place amongst the legends of the Sword Coast. You are the saviors of Baldur's Gate.
А музика просто кайф. І гра кайф, якби не ці сраті кубики.
Well, soldier. Here we are. It worked. My engines calmed down. I shouldn't have let you come here. This isn't going to be easy, you know. Zariel's going to come at us with everything she's got. Gods. Like clockwork. They'll be on us soon. But there's just enough time. Thought I was done with these. But then, there was you. Imps are fast, but careless. Don't let them tire you out, just get rid of them. And don't forget, you asked for this. Better let these fuckers know I'm back. And this time, I'm not alone.
Ще півгодини мультиків, якщо що.
When the invitation came, you were hip deep in Lemur's slime, swarmed by hell wasps, and about to drive the killing blow on a magma claw. Cutting through the dreadful buzz of the wasps and the screams of the damned, a familiar, comforting voice echoed in your mind. Withers,
Не,
you
броня у
requested your
Карлак це
attendance
просто
in
кайф.
Faerun to gather with your friends and
Шкода, що
allies,
її в грі нема.
those who stood against the Absolute at your side.
Ну, може з модами якимось є, ну броня просто кайф.
Thou wert called here, some from above, some below. For with thine bond, together thou hast kept the wheel of fate spinning when it threatened to halt. Though thou wert drawn far apart in the months after the collapse of the Absolute, tonight fate renews thy bond once more. Thou shouldst take care to preserve it. It is a great weapon wielded in the hand of good. Go. Know one another once more.
Шкода, що його не можна взяти, було б прикольно. Типу якийсь там некромансер. Так, ну що, О, давайте спочатку собацюрку.
There's something strange in your old friend's mouth. What is it? A familiar invitation. He wants you to throw the object he's dropped. But it isn't a ball. It's the astral prism. Scratch barks merrily in something like agreement. He whines. Let's talk, more throw.
Now bears a face I know well indeed.
Цей звичний костюмчик надягну. О.
Revelry and community on the
Нормально так малий виріс. Дуже шкода, що в фінальній битві не можна як в Mass Effect, чи в другому, здається, коли там типу вся команда в тебе була, і ти міг пограти з кожним. Було б дуже прикольно. Якби в нас був якийсь такий поетапний бій, що в нас там спочатку там ведмесич, там ще щось. А потім всі наші супер... Я не розумію, як це можливо зробити, типу з купою кінцівок і так далі. Але було б прикольно.
He looks coyly at the ground, suddenly shy. He snaps the air and wiggles. He's either miming fighting a many-limbed creature or dancing. It's unclear. He is, however, exhausted. He's had plenty of adventures without you.
А, ну да, півроку ж пройшло, точно, я щось... Да. Тінюха там щось бігає.
The joy in the owlbear's eyes is clear. He longs to have a home, and Halsin is perfect.
Галсін is perfect, ну, окей, буде тобі Галсін. О, Джагейра.
Well now, you can make yourself presentable when you have a mind to.
Oh, forgive me.
О, третій раз я буду
I am
проходити
simply
за друїда.
excitable.
віконечко.
It's
Бочеку.
good to be out under an open sky once more. My first, since the reconstruction began. We left quite a mess behind. But the city begins to look something like itself once more. Same twisting alleys for purse pickers. Same wooden buildings ready to get burnt by next year's dragon. Same cisterns overflowing. Huh. The upper city has been almost entirely rebuilt. That's where the gold is. Even the builder's scaffolds are cleared from the streets. No dust left to sneeze at. Baldurians simply get on with it. Stubbornness, civic spirit, plain stupidity. Perhaps all three. But nothing I will sniff at any longer. Harpers have come from half the world over to lend aid. Farmers, masons, healers. My own son, Jord, has been wooed to their ranks. Already he plans crop cycles in Worm's Crossing. Not so for my daughter. Ryan's rejoined the Flaming Fist. Temporarily, you understand. To organize the craftsmen. Though she spends more time locking up comrades for pocketing aid funds. They might learn a thing or two if they don't expel her. Again.
Так, що у нас ще тут є? Що ти робив? Ну розказуй. О, давайте, хай не пишаються.
I suppose I am. I tried to steer them clear of my life's work, but they have chosen it for themselves. There is still much to do. People to house, a Harper network to rebuild. I may have little love for this city, but so long as my family chooses to serve it, I can do no less. For all your travels, I hope you have arrived where you want to be. Home. Whatever that means to you. Ah, sentiment. With the greatest affection, I can think of better ways to sour our stomachs. I must inspect the refreshments. You'll never know. Some ne'er-do-well might have tampered with the wine.
Господи, це знову танцює. І як ми з ним могли в пекло піти? Боже, ну що ми його робити? Так, з тобою поговоримо, Манюня, ти як? Ну і у тіньки теж прикольна ця штучка.
Starting to wonder if you'd show up.
Теж непоганий одяг.
Honestly? So have I. Well, come here, will you? You feel a little more substantial than before. Less camping and scrounging off the land, I take it.
Так ми ж у пеклі були.
I'm not entirely sure I'd agree. In fact, I found a nice meadow not far from where I live now. Every now and again, I'll spend the night there. For old time's sake. I'm glad you seem well. Truly. I had no doubt. But I'm glad to hear you say it all the same. Wandering, mostly. The adventuring life is almost a tonic when you're not constantly threatened by brain monsters and cultists. I can finally see the world beyond the cloister. One of my first stops was the House of the Moon in Waterdeep. It's the largest temple of Selûne in existence. It seemed like the perfect spot to reflect on my parents, on where they came from. And where I came from too, I suppose. Hard to imagine, isn't it? Me, of all people, in the lair of the Moon Witch herself. God, your truest act of heroism was putting up with all that char and drivel I was spouting for so long. Oh, I know they are. I can still sense them, I think. And one day we'll be reunited.
Та ні, про себе не будемо, давайте розмовляти.
Well, I've had run-ins with my former fellow Sharans on a couple of occasions. Word seems to have spread of what happened at the cloister. Now other chapters of Shar worshippers see me as a prime target to offer up to their lady as a sacrifice. Don't worry. I know their tired old tricks better than anyone. They'll need more than a hooded cloak and poisoned blade to best me. Must I? You presume a great deal. I'm joking. Of course I want to know. Tell me all.
О, давайте оце.
I'm glad you two have each other. Hells, I'd be almost tempted to come along if you'd have me. Perhaps if your adventures ever lead you out of Avernus
Ну, мені здається,
permanently.
це 100% натяк на
Hopefully these
DLC.
meetups will become a regular occurrence.
Ну, тут кожна фраза
Not that I miss the
про те, що вони
tadpoles,
хочуть
but
реюніон.
at least it brought us together. Now we've got to make the extra effort ourselves. I'm sure we will, but let's be proactive about it all the same. We're more than capable. After all, we've faced down bigger threats than wrangling together a few social calendars. Don't be a...
Обійняти її.
I've missed wine. Had to resort to making my own always.
Ми повинні всіх пообіймати. Насправді тут дуже круті персонажі.
That, you might be onto something there. Though, the name might need work. Somehow it sounds rude, even though I know otherwise. Don't...
Так, хто у нас ще тут лишився? Ага, ну давайте доволу. О, нормальний Джагейра з пляшки.
My dear friend, it's been an age, has it not? You're looking very well indeed. Our skeletal friend will be very pleased to see I found my way here, despite my invitation getting lost in the post. Busy as ever. Better that than the reverse, wouldn't you say? I've gotten quite good at replicating your signature, so you needn't even bother with the release form. You might help me with the title, though. I'm considering The Hero and Me. What do you think?
Я в захваті, що під героєм маєш. Ну я розумію. Давайте цей прикол, що він скаже, та ні, я про себе.
Oh, that would be telling, wouldn't it? But believe you me, my friend, not a word could have been written without you. Perhaps, once the manuscript is finished, you'd even be willing to write a foreword? Or better yet, I'll write a draft and you can just sign your name. Better still, I'll sign it for you. Hmm? Ah, your success really has been wonderful for my reputation. But you mustn't let me hog your attention all night, my friend. You've many friends to chat to, and I'd love to listen in.
You see, Boo? I told you our friend was near.
Так, давайте до Лей'зеля, потім до цих от нудних пацанів. Ох, Карлашка як палає.
My friend, the Hellswalker. For 2 months I trained the Knights of the Comet. For 2 more I skewered Kithraki bellies. And for 2 more yet, I traveled through Limbo. But to see your face, it brings me even more pleasure than taking a Royal Inquisitor's head.
Оу. А чому провалили?
It's nice to hear it. It's taken a dozen Gish's talents, a few stolen psi crystals, and 2 10 days of effort to conjure my projection. Worth it, I'd say. I miss this place. This... Fey Run.
Fey Run. Чак.
Shractalor.
Я представте, як класно було
I wouldn't expect you to.
зробити щось
The
типу
capital city of the Githzerai, an
Тес
exiled
онлайн.
people, once kin with mine,
По всьому фаєру.
until the madness of civil war ripped our one sky into 2. Our Gish sent word of the rebellion to their god king Zareth Minyaragith through the cosmos. He's agreed to parley. It's fallen to me to secure an alliance. Exactly the reaction I expected. My blade is keen as ever. But it was you who showed me that a proper victory doesn't always require a razor-sharp edge. Sometimes, a sincere plea is more persuasive than a dagger against the neck. Minyara Gith is an ascetic. He reached out in good faith. This is his way. It is in this spirit that I must meet him. And if he refuses, I carry on. Gravity pulls me in but one direction. I am a warrior of the comet. I will not rest until I burn Vlaakith's bones to ash and smash her phylactery to pieces. My people will be free. But you've heard that refrain before. Zealous, bossy, insistent. All part and parcel of my undeniable charm. Soon, when the comet has risen, when the Lich Queen has crumbled to dust, I miss this place. More to the point, I missed you. I'll be back one day. The Overgod himself couldn't keep me away.
Ось. А чому її не обіймати?
This is...
Її обіймати ми не можемо. Так, Астаріончик у нас ще є. Мінск, я його не витримаю.
Anything of use?
Оу.
I have missed this place. And these people. Well, some of the people.
Ага, типу весь одяг в грі, який у нас є. Ну окей. Прикольно.
Ah, there you are. Well, well. Look what the Tressim dragged in. Professor Gale Decarius of
О,
Blackstone.
давайте, всіх обіймаємо, ми добре пісні. Вони ще за ручки тримаються, як мило.
Well, that was quite lovely. I'm glad you're as pleased to see me as I am you. I have to say, I'm quite grateful to just be Gale for the evening. I fear my students find me somewhat intimidating due to my, explosive former reputation. I seem to put the fear of the gods into them. Or the fear of Mistra, to be more specific. I surrendered the crown of Karsus to her, as I told you I would. And in return, she cured me of the orb at last. Even now, I struggle to put the feelings into words. It was like exhaling for the first time after holding my breath for so very long. Of course, I haven't clarified with my students that the orb is no longer a threat. The legend of my explosive capabilities is an excellent means of controlling a classroom. Too good, if anything. I spend most of my time trying to convince them how much fun the study of magic can be. But it'd be easier to crack a smile on an intellect devourer than some of my pupils. Ah, so you still remember our little lesson.
Мабуть.
It was at that moment, the weave
Що там був
connecting
за-
us,
А, магія він
that I realized how much your friendship had come to mean to me. As it still does.
Та просто
Teaching
скажіть,
you
коли
was
DLC
hardly an
виходить.
effort at all. Not like my present cohort of apprentices. Oh, they try their best, of course, when they can manage to stay awake.
Cheek of them! Nothing a well-placed swipe from Tara can't fix, though.
And what of you? What are you making of this newfound lease of life we earned?
О, давайте про Карлашку.
And I couldn't be happier for you. A fitting reward for the sacrifices you made in getting here. I've told my students plenty of tales about our escapades. You're something of a hero to them, you know? I'll be delighted to introduce you to my current cohort
Наступне проходження
as
з ним
a
будемо
guest
грати.
lecturer, perhaps. I'm sure they'll have plenty of questions for you. Excellent. I knew you wouldn't be able to resist the allure of sharing your expertise. Of course, you'll be most welcome to stay with me in my tower. My apologies, Tara. That would be our tower.
Ні, коти це святе, все правильно.
It will give us plenty. I'm very curious to know what you've been up to these past months. But I suspect the telling of that tale would. So, in the spirit of selflessness, I encourage you to mix and mingle for now. With time enough to come.
А ще будуть обіймашки?
I can't believe it's quite.
Так. Піцюня, ти що?
Oh, right. You. Hello.
Hello. О, ну, давайте.
You helped Mr. Dicarios save Baldur's Gate from the Absolute, isn't that right? That doesn't sound like him. But whichever way you want to remember it, well done, I suppose. You ought to come visit myself and Gale when you're able, if you can extract yourself from what I'm sure are very important responsibilities. We'll send word by pigeon when we've need of you. I used to have a taste for them, but a great many things have changed in recent months. Ta-ta, darling. Do let me know if you spot...
Так, з Лей'зелькою ми розмовляли, правильно? Розмовляли ж з собою? А що вони всі не тусять, якось розбіглися?
This is
Так, розмовляли.
the past made present. I'm glad for it.
З тобою не розмовляли.
Well, look who decided to turn up. I wasn't sure our withered old friend could live up to his promise. But here we are. And look at you, straight from the hells, still reeking of brimstone. I take it you've been having fun. Understandable, but try to resist the urge. I don't want to know what your clothes have been through since we last met. Although I do like the style. Tortured armor never does go out of fashion. Cheeky. I've been very well behaved. Thank you. I've taken a turn as an adventurer and hero. It turns out no one actually cares about murder, as long as you murder the right people. And apparently I'm rather good at it. Yes, but you say all sorts of things. Honestly, I don't even listen half the time.
До речі, актор, який його озвучує, дуже прикольний, насправді.
Inspiring hope in people. Instead of
Заліпав
terror.
колись на його стрім.
Well, I do try to inspire a little terror. I'm still me, after all. I did at first. But then I realized. These shadows, this darkness, it's all a part of me. I spent too long defined by what other people did to me, the choices other people made for me. But that's over now. This is who I am. In all my glory, for better and for worse. That being said, I haven't completely given up on returning to the sun. If the opportunity presented itself, well, I wouldn't say no. But until then, I am happy. We've had quite the journey, you and I. From the moment I first threatened you, I knew you were someone special. Someone to take on the world with. I will miss our time together. But then again, maybe this isn't goodbye. So much as it's, see you later, darling.
Дата DLC в студію. Так, розмовляла. От яка пара мила. Блін. Ну давай, заряджай. Ух ти.
You
Що
would
ти
think
з
someone
факелом
of my
робиш?
vintage would be inured to the passage of time. Yet these past 6 months have seemed endless without your company. But now, our paths cross once more. Just as I hoped they would, more like. The Oak Father has been kind to me this past while. Yet I cannot forget the bond we all forged together. It is one that can weather any distance, any passage of time. I know it can, for I feel the longing for old friends in my heart each day. I always do. Should I ever decline, assume a doppelganger has taken my place.
Блін, ви так мило обіймаються. Не дивися йому в очі після обіймів, ти що?
That was more than worth the wait. That was more than worth the wait? Oh, I suppose you didn't mean that literally. Now, we have much to catch up on. Do not allow me to ramble on. I am eager to hear all you've been doing. In that case, very well. Our community grows rapidly. In 6 months, we have turned what was once a shadowy wasteland into a true home for all. In another 6 months, I would wager the scars of the past will be entirely invisible, even to those who remember them. The old masonry of Moonrise Towers and Wraithwin have been repurposed into new homes, and the land is rich with harvests and bountiful trees. Nature and civilization are in harmony, stronger together. It is, truly, though a more complex, evolving beast than I could ever have anticipated. I spoke often of balance before. Only now, we welcome folk from all walks of life. Anyone who wishes for a new start. Naturally, it can be chaotic at times, but it is a thrilling sort of chaos. It thrives in ways I could never have dreamed of. You are welcome whenever you like, and for however long you please. Now, please, tell me all, and spare no details. I shall not lie. I have an ulterior motive in wishing to hear all. It is the children, you see, my charges. Their appetite for bedtime tales is greater than I could ever have anticipated. Another story, Daddy Halsin. Another is the chorus that greets me each nightfall. They have all but exhausted my repertoire in but a few short months. No mean feat given the lifetime I have lived. I desperately need new material, please. My reputation is at stake. Ha! You would ask to be tucked in next. But whatever the intrepid adventurer needed, I would have been glad to provide. I am all ears, though I never cared for that phrase. A rather unsettling image.
Прикольно дітям перед сном про пекло розказувати.
You have kept yourself busy. I expected no less, in truth. I shall be able to keep the children enthralled for a few more nights yet, thanks to you. And should you wish to retell of your exploits in person, well, I shall not object to a night off. Now, it would be cruel of me to hoard you all to myself for the evening, as much as I would like to. I shall leave you to the others for now, unless, quite often, they come and go as they please. But with so many playmates to avail of, they are far from strangers. They ask after you often. What you did for them will never be forgotten. I can see it in the land all around me. But more importantly, I see it in their faces whenever they visit. To make a child smile is to dabble with the power of gods, as far as I'm concerned. I spend half my days in ursine form. The children demanded. I had a score of them taking turns riding upon my back just days ago. I'm glad they are so comfortable with the Oakfather's creations. But they must learn that not all are as amiable as I am. A lesson for another time, though. They deserve some joy. As for roaming, that impulse has dwindled, I must admit. Perhaps because I have found where I am meant to be. As did I, but somehow I feel like I no longer need to roam. That I have found something worthy laying roots for. Amazing what can be discovered about oneself, even at a ripe old age. On occasion, but I prefer not to interfere. Francesca of the High Forest is Archdruid now, and by all accounts, she has proven to be a steady and wise influence. Even Korga may yet find true balance, thanks to her influence. Do you truly even need to ask? Of course! Who could not open their home to a befeathered hero of Baldur's Gate? And I did promise the children I would bring them back a surprise. Imagine their faces. By all means.
Не дивися в очі після обіймів.
If only we could stay like that forever. Before you go, I have something for you. Just a little keepsake, really. Do you remember how I told you I like to whittle?
Уявляєте, Орін з
I
ним
made this.
декілька тижнів провела. І він їй постійно щось розказував.
Duck. Yet, they always find their way back to where they belong. Just like old friends find themselves back in each other's company.
Супер. Потім продамо.
Just a token to remember me by. Now, I've taken up enough of your time. Go on. Enjoy the festivities. We can speak again later.
Коли вийде DLC, продамо її за 1 монетку. Ну, я не знаю, вони так всі кажуть, що ми ще зустрінемося, що реально враження, що ми ще зустрінемося. Що ти робиш, малий? Ясно. Ага, ще Вільям, Мінск, Карлак. Оцей. Ну цей 100% з цього ролика про барбаріанів. Як це? Полуросликів, коротше. Які там все кидають і все знищують. Ну мені так здається, я не знаю. Сонечко, як ти?
Oh shit.
Броня така класна.
Oh my god! He wasn't kidding. Where's your mad bastard? You brought us back! Commander Zula won't know where the fuck we went! Ha! Oh man, I can't wait to say hi to everyone. Look at them, the beauts. Rest up, soldier. My tin can will be alright for the night. And you and me will get to sleep with both eyes shut for the first time in 6 months? Then again, maybe we won't sleep at all. Me too, my love. See you soon. Come here, you goon.
Блін, яка куртка крута.
She's got a knight in her, I think. Any trouble and I'll toddle back off to hell quick as you please. Oh, hey, before you go, I've been thinking about those blueprints we found. Zariel's probably got a load of Cambions guarding that forge. I'm sure she knows I'll want in. She'll do anything to stop me from fixing this thing. I might have an in with one of the guards, though. You may remember my old friend Flo.
Вона нам спойлерить, да?
Not sure she'll help us, but maybe. We might get to come home. Permanently. Maybe even sooner than we think.
Ну що це, як не анонс DLC? Ще й з сюжетом, що нам треба відновити Карлак в кузні Заріель і повернутися в Фейрун.
This seems pretty red, but no,
Так,
not even close.
Ти була Мінск.
Reunited with friends amidst nature. What more could I wish for?
There you are, my friend. Breathe deep. Can you smell it?
Да, запах твоєї нудятини, да. Сказуй свої класні історії.
You take in every scent the night breeze carries. Sweet honeysuckle, tender violets, and an earthy fragrance you can't quite
У
recognize.
нього скал красивий.
Forest trees draped in moss. Bittersweet, smoky, and that faintest hint of vanilla. A far cry from the rancid Avernus heat that's been clogging my lungs. I swear, the three of us have felled enough Cambions to build a fortress with their horns. Who'd have thought that just one of those fiends held the key to escaping Avernus for good? If those blueprints work, we might be able to fix Kарлak, and she might be able to go home to Faerun. She's kept me on a long leash, if you can believe it. Every target she's set me on's been a demonic intruder. Tanari assassins who slip into Avernus, Armonites that amass near the sticks. My next target's the most challenging yet, or so she says. I don't know much more, only that it's no demon, but a devil. I'm not worried, not when you both have my back. I swear you two could scare the eyes off a beholder.
А от таке питання, він стає ну, таким щось напівтіфлінгом. В нього є роги. А що з хвостом? В нього росте хвіст чи ні?
I've seen him more than a few times, and he's as proud of me as I am of him. He's leading the city's renewal, opened the gates to all newcomers, rebuilt the council from scratch. And he's back in his element, commanding the Flaming Fist with brave heart and no shortage of empathy. The likes of Gortash can bend people's minds with a few chosen words. No tadpole needed. Bane's Chosen primed the Fist for a war they weren't meant to win. He convinced them there was an assassin hiding in every shadow, that cruelty was the correct answer to crisis. With a few exceptions, fathers pardoned every last fist. If my forgiveness not be Tyr's will, so be it. I shall forgive them all the same. His words, not mine. He still believes in the bow and the blade, but with Floric's help, he's teaching the fist a new lesson. Valor is found not in the wounds you inflict, but in the lives that you have bettered. May they all take it to heart.
Ну, що ми до нього взагалі
that or
підходимо?
wasting any of the wine for that matter. I plan on downing half a bottle myself. Oh, did I say half a bottle? I meant half a dozen.
14
Тільки
apples,
мовчки, якщо
some
можна.
fish heads, and a stale loaf of bread
A
just to get
beautiful
by.
night. I wish it
О,
could
ти
last
ж ти хто
forever.
такий?
Fine music continues. Who might
А в нас є? А монетки нам не накидають? А ти хто такий?
Oh, hello. Let me guess, you've got some suggestions about the music choice. Go on then. What should I play? Fine. It's your party after all.
I must be careful to not overindulge tonight, lest I lose control and slip into bear form.
Так а ти хто такий?
Come now, out with it. Would be a shame to leave a party like this bereft. I owe him a favor, one he is eternally invoking. I thought honoring the worthy was a fair price to pay for Withers to pull me out of the fugue plane. Alas, one purgatory to another. Languishing in obscurity. Cyric knew what he was doing when he punished me for that song, the prick. Before I was banished to the fugue plane, I had song prayers coming out the proverbial ears. Guess how many I get now? None. I'm washed up, I'm afraid.
Ой-ой. Пройдемо. Де ще раз кинути?
No, I can see it all over your face. Not a clue who I am.
По душі не гриби.
Go on then. What should I play? Interesting.
Так, а що ми з усіма поговорили?
Ah, breathe deep, Pooh. The smell of heroes sings from every stone in this place. To meet again where your journey began, my friend. An honor. For Minsk and his hamster both. Oh, and for Happy also.
Yes. Honored, of course.
Ні, ну це точно цей тіфлінг з роликом.
He is not a guest, but your newest follower. It is just this day that Happy learned of your legend, while we gazed down upon the very city you saved.
He dangled me from the high hall, upside down, for 2 hours.
The guild should not go creeping in high places if they do not have the stomach for them, It is well for Happy the strange portal appeared when it did. Minsk's arm was growing irksome. So I have. Though it is a peace made more from blade and boot than it is any sense of brotherhood. 9 fingers forbade any looting of the Illithid's fleshy vessels. And so Minsk guards what remains of the battle site. Even from her. But where Minsk might once have thrown any sneaking scoundrels from the tower top, now I tell them of you. How you ruled the wickedness within. How they might do the same.
Yes, yes, I'll rule it. I'll be better.
Oh, of course. It is still for Boo to decide if they live or die.
Oh gods.
But enough, my friend! I cannot tell your tale if I do not know the whole of it. Minsk and Boo would know where you have been, what you have done. Oh, Boo, do you know what it would mean? To find a cure for Karlak's heart? Exactly! Her heart would be cured! Oh, when this day comes, you must come and bunk with Minsk and Boo. Fear not, we sleep in that sewer no longer. It is a different sewer, much less damp beneath the bedroll. Now, Halfling, Boo will not have you embarrassing him in front of his friends. So you ought to know the rest of the company you keep. Will Ravengard, the Blade of Frontiers, Devil Horn and Angel Heart.
Він же клинок...
Ley'zель of Crash Killer,
Свенцема.
true child of Gith, and true friend to Boo. Though she will and say it is not so. Astarion, who is banished by the sun itself for fear his Spanish soul might outshine it. We visit him much down in the dark places, though he often moves his lair without remembering to tell Minsk where. Gale, the man who would be a god, but then thought better of it. Boo thinks better of him for it too. Shadowheart, two gods dogged at her soul, but she managed to keep it all for herself in the end. Wait, Boo, did she do something with her hair? Halsyn, Archdruid of Arch... somewhere. He is a much better man than he smells. And there, the champion of the Hells herself. Kарлak Demon's Bane, Devil's Bane, Merkul Ball and Bane. Once the guild is made of goodness once more, Bull shall scratch the Hells wide open and find a way to bring her back. And finally, Jahira. If this is a name you do not already know, then not even Boo can save you. Study them well, sneak thief, for the best among them will be a guide for your guild. Heroes who put the city before themselves, who never falter in their duty. And more than this, who never arrive to a party without even a gift for the host.
But wait!
Go, my friend. Be among our friends. There is much work yet to be done before this one is fit to join them.
Так, з усіма ми поговорили.
He's going to kill me. Not the big mad bastard. The hamster.
Хам'як тебе вб'є, да.
Seems simple enough.
Ну, давайте листи візьмемо. Читати нічого не вмію. Там подяка від всіх, кого ми врятували.
No, not even close.
Ну що, дякую всім, хто був в цю пригоду. Пройшли Брами. Якби не всираті кубики, було б трошки швидше. Але гра дуже класна. Сподіваюся, що реально буде DLC, але в будь-якому випадку третій раз будемо проходити за драконочку. Або чаклуночка, або друїдка, щось таке. Не знаю насчет темної жаги, але буде точно дракон, дівчинка. От. Так що дякую, дивимося останній мультик. І все. З Брамкою ми закінчили на якийсь час.
This one night is like any other, and yet different. Thou art the savior of Baldur's Gate, until such time it requires saving again. How dost thou feel? I am pleased to hear it. The satisfaction of one's intention is, to my surprise, a rare accomplishment. Enjoy the revelry of the day. Thou deservest at least that much. What indeed? Prick up thy ears and listen.
TLC. А цікаво, як ми будемо...
The balance of the world restored. The balance of these lives, mortal and otherwise, brought to account. Hear me, thou heroes, wastrels, friends. I have waited long to tell you these words. It is over. For now. Thou played thy part in weaving the fabric of fate itself, but for every thread you sewed, so did the gods unravel another. Sleep, rest, revel, but be ready, for thou mayst yet be needed. Until we meet again, I wish thee every possible fortune, health, wealth, love, and above all, problems worth solving.
Ну, за друзів давайте.
To you. There thou art, the dead three. Thy faces gods, thy actions barely worthy of the name. Didst truly believe thy ploy would succeed? Didst believe I would not notice? Thou soughtst to bolster thy strength by taking away the souls of mortals. But souls vanish when their hosts become mind flayers. Didst think the other gods would not notice? Gods thou may be, yet thou hast proven thyself fools. Everyone. The supplication of Bane, the whimper of Baal, the death mule of Merkel. Felled by mortals, I overestimated thee. They did not. Vermin, away. Thou wilt trouble us no more.
Що, пройшли брамку, повне проходження, все є на ютубі, так що все. Всім дякую, хто був в цю пригоду, попереду їх ще більше. Все, гарного дня, все, до побачення.